Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is a tutorial to help you understand the future video project creation. One of the features of vStation is that it helps you organize your clips into projects so that you can later find them, of course, or if you need to transfer them or back them up, you can do this in a very organized way. Without having structure, it's very easy to lose clips and not know where they were associated with. So this is one of the management features that you get when you buy a vStation, to be able to help you structure and create projects that later can be either added video to or footage to, or later sent over to a editor if they need to do any further processing. So let's start off with our main screen here of our record panel. This is the panel that you'll see when you first start vStation. The record panel has several elements to it. On the left side, you'll see all the controls that have to do with the record channel enabling 1 through 8. Then we have program and preview bus. We can switch between that when we're doing program out or line cut recording. And then in many cases, the ability to annotate each of the camera angles as we're recording is quite useful, and we'll do a little bit of that just to illustrate how to annotate as you're recording. The right side, of course, will show you the current cameras that are being set up and any other camera feeds. For example, if you had put in a laptop and you wanted to record slides or video from the laptop, you could be putting that into one of the inputs. We have 8 inputs in Studio 8. You can order it either with all HDMI, all SDI, or 4 HDMI and 4 SDI. So let's get right to it before we go into anything further. So in order to create a project or to go back to an existing project, we open up our project manager, which is the button up here on the upper left. And this brings up a screen which shows information about a project. If we want to add a new project, we would simply add new. Since I've already prepared a project ahead of time, I'll explain to you what the fields and the labels are. For example, in this particular application that we've chose to illustrate a project is what we call the concert application profile or performance application profile. So something like a performance could be a rock concert, could be a symphony, could be a something like a theatrical performance. You want to be able to use and keep information about it. In this particular case, I'm just choosing the Beatles as being the performance, the performer. And the information here that might be associated with this particular concert. This would be, for example, who the producer and director might be, who the director of photography, handling sound, and some of the other fields that you want to keep with the project, so you have that information when you ever have to go back. You'll know this was associated with the particular Beatles tour. Then, in addition to having the project name, vStation allows you to keep subcategories to help you classify within the project the clips. So in this case, we've chosen to set a subcategory for the Beatles concert, the venues. So for every venue that they will be at, we can create a venue subclassification. And within each venue, then we can put in each particular set. So for example, here we might start off recording the rehearsal, and then maybe we'll go into set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, etc. And that way we've now structured our concert into venues and sets. Now, again, you can define whatever category you want. You can define the labels for those categories. This is completely within a user control. So we'll, on a later lesson, we'll come back and show you what the project manager, some of the things you can do with it besides just creating a new project. Just to note, it does keep track of the date of creation of the project as well as the time, and then it also will keep track of the duration, the number of hours and minutes and seconds that you've recorded within this project, and the number of clips that you've also recorded. So I'm going to go back here and close it. So now we've created our own structure. Every clip that we record is going to follow into these categories. As we go on and change sets, then we simply can change the set name here, so that on set 2, for example, when we're ready to go, we just simply hit set 1. We would then record to set 1. When set 2 comes up, we would record to set 2. And that way we have everything well organized. In this case, let's start our rehearsal. So in order to begin our recording, we'll just simply enable the actual channels that we want to record on. And I stress this is a multi-channel recording system, so it does record each of the channels. In this case, you see on the right, we have channel 1, 2, 3, and 4 with attached cameras in different angles. 5 through 8 are available if we had more cameras, or you want to put a laptop with a PowerPoint presentation, or a number of other possibilities. You want to hook the inputs. vStation does come available in HDMI or SDI. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to enable, in this case, all 4 channels that they're ready to record. And again, to emphasize, vStation does record everything synchronized, so we don't have to go back later and resynchronize the angles. So we just hit record, and now we're actually recording 4 channels in synchronization. And as we're recording, we want to maybe perhaps make a note. Let's say George starts entering the stage, so we can put a little note here for the editor. George enters stage. And then maybe at camera 2, we may have focused on John, so we'll put in John enters stage, and so forth and so on. So as the concert goes on, perhaps maybe we want to mark something that applies to all, such as, for example, this first song that they're starting at this point might be Love Me Do. That way, we have a note that we can go back and look at when that particular song started. So this would keep going. In our next lesson, what we're going to talk about is Auto Producer and how to actually make a line cut as we're recording, and how to do some effects as well. So that I'm going to stop the recording now just by hitting stop. And that should do it for this particular lesson. Thank you.